Right, Diana, stay cool down there in D.C., my hometown. While most people blame slow growth and a reluctance to hire in an uncertain regulatory environment for the 9.2% unemployment rate, is there potentially another culprit? A column in Forbes today blames Microsoft and other tech companies for high unemployment, saying with advanced machines and cloud computing, who needs people? Joining us now is the author, Gene Marks, and on the phone, Phil Nofziger. He's president of CBIZ Payroll Services, a monthly small business report. Gene, let me start with you. You're the author here. You don't really mean that Microsoft solely is to blame for this, but that technology, broadly speaking. When was the last time, for example, that you saw a teller at a bank or went and checked in with a human being at an airline ticket counter?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really interesting to me, and I say this in the column, is I was at Rite Aid Pharmacy just a couple of days ago, and you know how they have those self-checkout stands there where you can actually do your checkout on your own. And you know, there was a woman behind me saying, "Oh, I'm not going to go to those self-checkout stands because it's taking away jobs." And my response to it is, well, yeah, you're right. It is taking away jobs. So, you know, I use Microsoft as the example there, but it's really not just Microsoft. It's all technology companies. I mean, right now, when you look at gross domestic product, although it's really anemic, it's still the highest that it's ever been in U.S. history. It's way past what it was during, of course, the 2008 recession, and yet there were like 7 million less people employed now than there were at the beginning of the recession. So it kind of tells us, like, we're getting a lot more stuff done. We're selling more goods and services, but we're doing it with less people.
And that's
why is that?
I mean, because of productivity. And it's a good thing if you look at it, Philip, from the perspective of that makes goods cost less. I mean, if you don't have labor at the checkout line, helping you check out, you're not paying that person. So maybe
Right.
as the consumer, you're better off. But what do we do about all these people who are out of jobs, Philip?
Well, certainly, and I think Gene actually dials in on a point that's often unseen in terms of the labor market. But ultimately, the small business owners that I'm talking to also are so focused on demand that they're becoming innovative in ways that involve technology, but also innovative in other ways as well, too. It's almost like a common sense lean production taking place, you know, on Main Street. You know, for example, there's a chiropractic firm locally that's, you know, the spouse is now coming back in and doing the books. Small business owners are becoming involved at a task level in their businesses where before maybe they were just working on their businesses. So I think there's a number of things at play, but never before have I seen, at least, the small business owner be so focused on demand. And then I think you bring in the regulatory aspect of changes in regulation that are causing them not Philip, preemptively hire.
What do we do about all the people that are out of work? Should they then go open their own small business?
Well, certainly that would help drive the economy, but I think part of what Gene talks about in his article, too, is the types of jobs that are available and finding areas where you can participate in the marketplace in maybe a different way.
And if I could just add to what Philip is saying, I mean, my kids, who are by no means brain surgeons, believe me, they are all working.
No.
They'll be happy to hear that,
yeah, right.
Gene.
Well, they're working this summer, and they're all in high school, and they have summer jobs. They're actually lifeguards, right? So they actually went and they got a certification to become a lifeguard, and there actually is, at least in the area that I live in, a bit of a demand for people that have those skills and has that certification. So when you ask what could be done, you look at Monster's job employment index, you look at Gallup's job creation index. Those indexes are the highest that they've been since 2008, which means that employers, guys like me, are still looking for people. We're just looking for skilled people to do specific jobs.
Really specific stuff.
Not necessarily people that are just, you know, sort of clerks or cashiers.
Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us. So insightful. We really appreciate it. We're going to squeeze in a quick break and then shares of medicines from